Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a new workout vlog. So today I'm hitting workout A, which is one of my 2 full body workouts for the week. So I'm starting things off here with trap bar deadlifts, and I decided to do one all-out set. So this was 292 pounds for 15 reps. So I went a little bit too light here. I was aiming for 10 to 12 reps, but I really liked this even though it was brutal because I noticed 2 things. So even though this set is so intense, you get some psychological relief knowing you just have to crush one hard set. And the second thing I noticed, and I don't think this is the case with other kinds of deadlifts, was that I felt better stimulation in this one set versus doing 2 sets. So I don't know what it is, but those first few reps are always so tough and heavy on trap bar deadlifts. And once you get through them, you feel so warm and the activation is really at its peak. And when you're doing 2 sets, you reach the end of the set before you get that activation, then you have to rest and you lose momentum and then you have to start all over again. So I think one set of slightly higher reps works well on trap bar deadlifts, but you must endure some pain. So guys, the deep ache I felt throughout my entire body here was unbelievable. This set was so painful, but in a good way, of course. So I believe one set isn't enough for most people on most exercises because most people don't know how to train hard and cannot finish the job in one set. But when it comes to squats and deadlifts, one set can work really well if you're willing to push it and drag it out a little bit. So this set was almost 2 minutes, I think, and it was brutal, guys. So usually I'd hit squats here, but my knees are still not back to full health, so I did trap bar deadlifts instead, which is of course an excellent alternative to the barbell squat. So now that I can do Romanian deadlifts again, I put them on my other workout after bench press on workout B, and then I put the trap bar deadlifts here in place of the squats just for now. But I'm slowly working my way back to squatting, and it's weird because some days I'm able to squat and other days it's just not possible. So it's a very inconsistent pain, which is characteristic of TMS or mind-body syndrome. So now I'm getting into some weighted chin-ups. So I'm doing one top set aiming for 6 reps, and then I'm doing a lighter set for 10 reps. So I fell short of my target here and only got 5 reps on the first set and 8 reps on the second set. So the first set was 90 pounds attached and I got 5 reps. This set, the second set, is 45 pounds attached and I got 8 reps. And you know, strength gains are never linear. It's completely fine. I think it's because I've been eating a ton recently and gaining weight. So a common thing I see is that guys think they plateaued on weighted body weight movements like chin-ups and dips, but they are gaining strength. The weight they're adding is just on their body instead of the belt. So if you're bulking and gaining weight, you are still adding weight to the chin-ups, but the weight is on your body. And another thing I'd like to add is I'm usually not a fan of doing deadlifts and chin-ups in the same workout because your hands and grip are usually so shot after deadlifts, and chin-ups just don't feel good afterwards. So I prefer to do squats in this workout for that reason, but that's not doable for me right now. So I'm getting into some seated dumbbell overhead press, which felt incredible. So I haven't done this exercise in ages, but I think I might focus on it for the foreseeable future just to take a break from the standing press because I've been doing it for like over a year straight and I pretty much plateaued. So there's a process I go through when I'm deciding to switch movements. When I hit a plateau, I first do a weight reset where I take 10% of the weight off the bar and then build my way back up again. Usually this does the trick and it allows you to push through your previous bests once you get there. I did this on my standing press and couldn't get past my previous weights, so then I rotated the exercise to a similar movement. So that's the 2-step process you want to follow when you hit a plateau. Try a weight reset first, take some weight off the bar, build your way back up again over a few weeks, and then if that doesn't work, then rotate the exercise. So this is a very effective process for breaking through plateaus. And I also just mentally needed a break from the standing press and wanted to change things up a little bit, which is fine. Although I don't recommend switching exercises every few weeks. You know, if you've really milked your exercises dry for a long period of time, it's fine to switch it up a little bit. There's no harm in doing that. It keeps your training a little bit more fresh. It keeps it exciting. I just don't recommend switching it every few weeks because you'll never truly milk your exercises dry of gains if you don't stick with them. So although it may seem boring, like the best gains I've ever seen have come from sticking with the same exercises for a long period of time, because what most people don't realize is that when you're switching exercises every 3 to 4 weeks, like the first month of doing an exercise, if you haven't done it for a while or if you're completely new to it, is just you learning the exercise. You're not actually making progress or stimulating growth. You're just making neural adaptations. You're just becoming neuromuscularly efficient in the lift. So you need to stick with exercises for a long period of time before you can make that change. And especially when you're a beginner, man, like I'd recommend sticking with the same exercises for as long as you can. And then yeah, if you hit a plateau, if you need to switch things up for whatever reason, you can do that. Just make sure you're sticking with the same exercises for long enough to actually make progress. Okay. So that's where I've seen my best gains, just milking the same exercises dry progress over a long period of time, chipping away. That's what works best. So this is my isolation work here. I'm doing 2 sets of 10 to 12 on these barbell skull crushers. So this is probably my favorite tricep exercise, obviously besides doing heavy presses, which is what really builds the triceps. But for the icing on top of the cake, the barbell skull crushers are absolutely fantastic. That was like, I don't know, I think that was 15 pounds on each side. So yeah, that was really, really good. Nothing stimulates my triceps more than the barbell skull crushers. I like doing the extensions as well, where you really get the stretch. I like the push downs, but I find nothing hits my triceps like the barbell skull crushers. So now I'm getting to some neck curls here. This is basically 2 sets of 15 to 20 reps with a 45-pound plate, just getting some neck work in there. So I didn't do, sometimes I do dips in this workout, but I find it's a little bit redundant nowadays, and it's so tough on my sternum, man. I have such a love-hate relationship with dips, so I basically dropped them out of my program for now. I went a little bit too deep on one rep, and I just like felt my chest ripping apart. So it's not worth it, man. Like dips, yeah, they're incredible, but for most people, they just don't work. Like they give you shoulder problems, they give you sternum problems. I prefer to just not do dips and not have to deal with that pain. So yeah, guys, this is the workout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We did about 5 exercises here, and we trained it hard. That's what it's all about. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.